Hello guys, mko aje? Mko poa? Pia mimi niko poa. Tuliahidiana tutapatana hapa kwa sababu ya revisions. Yeah. Zile tunaitaka blocks. I hope mnaendelea fiti. I hope mnaendelea kusoma notes. Exam nasikia ni next week but one. That is from the 21st of this month. So I hope mnaendelea kusoma hizo notes. Na from those notes najua almost quarter of the questions zenye utapatana nazo kwa exam room zitatoka kwa hizo notes. So for today niko hapa kwa sababu ya revisions za company law, that is section 3 and ATDs. So if you have your colleague, your friend, mwambie aingie class inaendelea saa hii. So for today, have your notebook, have your pen, also have the notes that we've already written from topic 1 or lesson 1. So mimi nataka kurevise chenye tumesoma up to where uko na notes zangu. So my revision will specifically touch on the notes we have already written, and tutatoa hapo some questions, yeah, zenye zimewahi ulizwa ama zenye zinaweza kuwa examinable. So have your pen, have your book, and let's start. And we shall start with our first topic, that is in company law. And in our first topic, we wrote the topic as nature and classification of companies. Nature and classification of companies. So ukirudi pale nyuma to our notes, utaweza kupata hizo notes, utaweza kupata hizo points. And niko na maswali kadhaa from that topic. So for today, I have some just 2 questions that will touch almost entirely or 3/4 of the topic. So be very keen, be very attentive, and for you to be able to answer these questions, you must have read the notes, understand the question, understand the notes, be able to answer any question that comes from that topic. So my question reads, question number 1. We are writing, a group of 10 people have decided to form a small business. A group of 10 people have decided to form a small business firm to deal with import of goods. You have been appointed as a member of the technical committee to help in registering the firm as a limited liability company. You have been appointed as a member of the technical committee to help in registering the firm as a limited liability company. My question reads, explain to the committee the matters below. Explain to the committee the matters below. 1. Highlight the 5 legal characteristics of the entity that will be registered. Highlight 5 legal characteristics of the entity that will be registered. So, first thing first, which type of entity are you registering? Yeah? Which type of entity are you registering? Yes? So from there, you can be able to answer the question comfortably. So in our question, we have been told it's a firm which is a limited liability company. Yes? So which are the characteristics of a limited liability company? Characteristics of a limited liability company. That is the answer to this question. So, in my findings, I have some few answers. Not all, but few. So go do your research. Tafuta zingine kadhaa. There are many. Sio hizi tu peke yake ninakupea. I'm just giving you 70%. Search for yourself 30%. Yeah? So, legal characteristics of entity that will be registered. Number 1, legal personality. What is the legal personality of this limited liability company? As a limited liability company, the business will be recognized as a separate legal entity distinct from its owners. Distinct from its owners. This means that the company can own assets, comma, enter into contracts, comma, can sue and be sued in its own name. The concept of legal personality was explained in the case of reference Salomon versus Salomon Limited, Company Limited, 1817. So it's very good to highlight these cases if you can remember very well. But if you don't, you are not able to remember even the years, please don't indicate them in your answers. So, characteristic number 1, legal personality. Characteristic number 2, and remember, we have not been told to explain or highlight. Yeah? So it's upon you. Unajua venye uta engage examiner, yeah? That's how you will run your self marks. So ukiziacha hivyo ziko shallow, pia yeye atazichukulia tu hivyo, ujui chenye unaandika. So go deep into details. Hata yeye ataona kweli this guy anajua chenye anafanya. Number 2, legal personality. Legal personality. Sorry. Number 2, limited liability. Limited liability. The liability of members of limited liability company is limited upon the extent of any amount that remains unpaid on the shares that are taken by the members. Therefore, where the members has fully paid for his shares, he cannot be called upon to contribute to the debt of the company if the company is unable to pay its debts. So, limited liability. Where the members has fully paid for his shares, he cannot be called to contribute to the debts of the company if the company is unable to pay its debt. So hapa ni kampuni inajisimamia yenyewe. Kampuni yenyewe inajisimamia. And that's why tumesema legal personality inaweza nunua, inaweza acquire assets with its name, ingie kwa contracts with its name, and etc. Number 3, characteristic number 3, ownership of the property. A registered company can acquire and own property under its registered name. Such properties does not belong to the members or shareholders. Hizo properties ni za kampuni yenyewe. Number 4, capacity to contract. Capacity to contract. So a registered company can enter into legal binding contracts with other parties in order to pursue its objectives. Yeah? not the shareholders or members wanaingia into contract, ni hiyo kampuni yenyewe. Yeah, it's the registered company. Number 5, capacity to sue or be sued. Inaweza stakiwa ama inaweza staki na jina yake. So a registered company can sue another party to protect its interest, and can also be sued if it fails to fulfill its obligations. So inaweza stakiwa, inaweza staki. Yeah. So ikiwa registered company, those are some of the characteristics of that registered company. There are others. Utaenda kufanya research, is it the management of that company, registered office, common seal, residence, non-fundamental rights of that company. So enda ufanya research, hizo points 5 tena nimekupea, have explanations. Unaweza kuwa ukubuki hizi zangu zenye nime explain, but you can remember those zenye nime highlight hapo chini. Find your own explanations, and I hope from there you can be able to answer any question that touches these characteristics of limited liability company. Characteristics of a limited liability company. Then from there, something touching that, part B. With respect to the nature and classification of companies, distinguish between registered company, So, with respect to the nature and classification of companies, distinguish between registered company. 1. Statutory corporation. Hizi nakumbuka tukiandika notes zake. Statutory corporation, and part 2, partnership. But before that, there are other types of companies. Not only those two. Yeah? Not only those two. So, read something small there. Types of companies. Nimekwambia hapa tunafanya research. If any question comes from that subtopic or topic, you can be able to answer. So they can ask you to highlight or explain these types of companies. How are companies classified? 1. Based on the basis of formation or incorporation. After that, we have 3 types of companies. 1. Chartered. Fanya research, explain hiyo, najua uko na notes. Statutory, najua pia uko na notes. And registered. Explain those 3. B. Based on the basis of liability. Kama ile yenye tumefanya kwa question 1A, tulikuwa na limited liability company. Sasa, based on the basis of liability, tuko na 2 types. Limited liability company, and part 2, unlimited liability company. Na unaweza pia abiwa u explain the characteristics of unlimited liability company. So it can be vice versa. Characteristics zenye tume highlight pale ni za limited liability. Unaweza yabiwa u explain characteristics za unlimited liability company. Type number C. Based on ownership. 1. There is government companies and non-government companies. So hizo fanya utafiti, your free time, be able to explain those. So back to our question. With respect to the nature and classification of companies, distinguish between registered companies. So tumesema tuko na statutory corporation and partnership. What is a statutory corporation? It is a type of company that is created by a specific statute or legislation enacted by the government. It's a type of company that is created by a specific statute or legislation and enacted by the government. It is a separate legal entity established for a specific public or government purposes. Here are a few distinctions between a registered company and a statutory company. 1. Formation. A registered company formed by individuals or entities coming together and registering the company rules. On the other hand, statutory corporation is created through a special law or statute passed by the government, granting it legal existence and specific powers. 2. Ownership. It is registered company. The ownership typically rests with the shareholders who invest capital in the company and hold shares. In a statutory corporation, ownership is vested in the government or a public authority, and therefore, there are usually no shareholders. So here are in shareholders. Number 3, purpose. A registered company can engage in various commercial activities for profit, whereas statutory corporation is typically established to fulfill specific public functions or provide essential services. Governance. A registered company is governed by its own internal rules and regulations, such as articles of association and shareholders agreements, etc. In statutory corporation, it has a governing body appointed or nominated by the government or relevant authority. So those are some of the distinctions between a registered and statutory corporation. So, part 2, partnership. What is partnership? It's a business relation between two or more individuals or entities who agree to carry on a business together and share its profit or loss. It's a business relating between two or more individuals or entities who agree to carry on a business together and share its profit or loss. We have some of its characteristics. Let me see. Differences between registered company and partnership. Okay. We have differences between registered company and partnership. So, number 1, I shall give you 4, but I explain only 2. Go do your research for the other 2. Number 1, legal status. Registered company is a separate legal existence, and partnership are considered an extension of individuals or entities forming the partnership. Number 2, liability. Registered company, liability of the shareholders or members is usually limited to their investment in the company, and their personal assets are protected. In partnership, partners have limited liability, meaning they are personally liable for the debts and obligations of the partnership. So they are liable. 3, management and decision making. So here where they will research in management and decision making. Who does that in registered companies and the partnership? So number 4, transferability of ownership. How is ownership transferred in registered company and in partnership? Are they the same? Ama partnership iko na yake na registered company iko na yake. So question C, instances under common law where the veil of incorporation may be lifted. Instances under common law where the veil of incorporation may be lifted. 1. Fraudulent or improper conduct. Fraudulent or improper conduct. 2. Agency or trust relationship. Agency or trust relationship. 3. Group of companies. 4. Avoidance of legal obligations. Avoidance of legal obligations. And 5. Negligence of statutory requirement. Negligence of statutory requirements. So from there, in our next lesson, we shall start with question number 2. Question number 2, enda ufanye research. Inasoma, highlight 5 rules regulating to the naming of company. Highlight 5 rules relating to the naming of companies. Leave your answers in the comment section. Also, go through those questions, read the answers and understand. Mahali you understand, rudi kwa notes. Fanya your research. Na ninajua question kama hiyo ikikuja, you'll be very very comfortable to answer. So from there, let's meet next time. Have a good time. Don't forget to subscribe, share, abuse your colleagues. Let it reach to as many people as possible. Hapa tunasaidiana. So subscribe, share, like, and I will be very very happy. Thank you very much, and have a nice time, nice revision, and all shall be well. Thank you.